We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
DJ Reed on the
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave what game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. I think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Now a 1st down throw, complete downfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 46 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 20.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go.
Under pressure, and down he goes. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, a give to Penny. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The pass.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards, a first down.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Benson Mayowa, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
It's a gain of 2. 3rd down and 13.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on.
A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
The kick in.
And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes the score Texans 10, Seahawks, nothing.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down.
He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
It's now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
On second down, here's Penny. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
And he's got this down to the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 2nd down. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. David Johnson, we remember, has played exclusively in the NFC West with Arizona to this point in his career. So this defense very familiar with trying to stop the now Texans running back. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
56.
He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 23. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Seahawks, 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's caught by Penny. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
14.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that makes it 14-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
39-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A gain of 14.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Good carry and pickup for a first down there by David Johnson, and he has a chance to fill a lot of voids for this Houston Texans team. They lost their 1,000-yard rusher from last year. Carlos Hyde went to Seattle, but back in 2016, David Johnson led the NFL in all-purpose yards with the Arizona Cardinals. The Texans would be happy to see that guy all year long.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll look to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Seattle.
On the draw, this is Penny. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
The pass.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Johnson jostles free. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll look to throw again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
4 yards. And it's 3rd.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Seahawks on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The quarterback.
Well, they went with the nickel. They've thrown an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. On the left hash. Officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Texans 10.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Benson Mayowa able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try and push it downfield, try and fit into a tight window, and sometimes interceptions result.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short throw to Disley. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Stepping up, he's going to, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
His kick is good.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Houston set to take over. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And 7 at the 28-yard line.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Slot, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. That's good for 28 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now back to throw. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Complete to Rashad Penny.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
At the 38.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
7 yards there and a first down.
First down.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And caught left side, Olsen. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The pass intended for Greg Olsen. Incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
Seahawks 27, Texans 10.
Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He finds his target, Fuller. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A first down carry here for Johnson. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
David Johnson, the ball carrier.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles.
An abbreviated. Into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everybody.